In previous video, we looked at strings and functions of strings. Now in this video, we will dive deep into lists and their functions. When we talk about strings, we can only store that string as a single element. Same as the case with numbers in one variable, we can only store one number. If you want to store 100 values, you will not take 100 variables for that. This is where list comes into play. In list, you can store as many values as you want within square brackets. These values can be of different data types. Let's print this list. You see all the elements are printed at once. Now, let's create an empty list and the add element in that empty list. First, we will create a variable, then we will call built-in list function without any parameters. On printing the empty list, we see empty square brackets. Let's add values into it. We will provide values in list in form of square brackets. Let's print our new list with values. Here we are. We have successfully inserted values in an empty list. But here's the thing, all values at the same time are kind of useless to us. We have to access individual values from the list to use in practical use cases. This is where indexing comes into play. Now let's see how indexing helps us to access individual element from a list. Let's take an example list with 5 elements. Let's say we want to get this element from the list. Let's count the position in the list where our element is. Our first element, 1, is in 0th position. So we start counting position of elements in a list from 0. In the same way, our second element is on position 1 and so on. All these positions of element in list are actually its indexes. Now we know the index of this element. Now let's go to our monitor screen and access this element using its index. Let's create that list, which we have seen earlier. Let's print value 3 from the list. We know that 3 is on index 2, so we will give 2 in square brackets. You see, 3 is print on screen. Now let's print this string on screen. This string is on index 3, so just write 3 here. Let's append 2 lists together. First, we will create another list. Now, create another variable, and in that variable, just add both lists like we add 2 numbers. Now, on printing this list, you will notice that in our new list, second list is joined after the first list. Now let's see how can we insert a new value in our existing list. Let's take this existing list and to insert a valueWrite.insert function. This function takes 2 values. First, it takes the index of the list where you want to insert a value. Let's insert 69 in index position 2. Now print the result and see what we have got. You see, at index position 2, we have 69 now. Now, let's learn to remove an element from the list. This time, we use remove function, and inside that function, we will provide the value that we want to remove from the list. See? Now you cannot see string inside our new list. Now we have pop function, which does the same work as remove function, but in pop function, if you do not give any value to it. It will remove the last value from the list from right side and print that on screen. See, last value of our list is 45, so it removes this value from the list and print it on screen. Let's execute the same statement again, And this time it pops out 22 because after removing 45, our last value is now 22. Execute the same function again and again, and it will keep popping out values from the list in same fashion. You can also give it a specific value to remove from the list. Sorry, you just have to give index of that particular value, not the actual value. You see, at index 2, we had 69, so it is popped out. Now, after popping all these elements, let's now see what remain in our list. You see, we are only left with 3 values in our list. We will look at other functions of lists in next video now. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.